best time to call this meeting to order is when everybody's laughing and happy. So I'll call this meeting to order. It's a public meeting for the Fort Valley Utility Commission agenda for November 13th, 2019. We're going to follow the agenda as prepared. We need to do our opening prayer and invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. We're going to ask Commissioner Honeycutt if he will lead us in the prayer and invocation, and we're going to ask Commissioner Horton if he will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Yes, sir.
Madam Chair, a point of order. I'm going to ask that you amend the agenda.
Yes, sir.
To add for an executive session. I realize it's on the one that you have before you, but I'm not sure that it was on the original published agenda.
I don't think so. You're absolutely
so
right.
I would, when you have gotten through everything else, I just wanted to clarify that the agenda you have
It's different.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So do I need to?
You can do that after you.
After I do the opening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, we'll follow as the.
May we pray? Lord, we thank you for this day. We ask that you would bless this time as we attempt to conduct the business of the Fort Valley Utility Commission. We ask that you continue to bless us for all the many, many blessings that you give us every day, and ask that you would forgive us for all the many ways that we fail you. And we pray these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Stand, place the flag, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Commissioner Horton and Commissioner Honeycutt. We need to call for a motion to amend the agenda.
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, I requested that you obtain a motion in a second to add an executive session under the new business and purposes of personnel.
Okay.
And there may or may not be a vote at the conclusion of the executive session.
Okay. All right. I call as legal has advised us that we would ask for an amendment to the agenda to call for an executive session for personnel issues.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we will amend our agenda to include an executive session for personnel issues. And there may or may not be a vote afterwards. Any questions? All those in favor, let it be known by show of hands. It's unanimously carried. Thank you so much, and thank you, Attorney, for the point of order.
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, we'd like to welcome our visitors. We have, visiting with us, we have our videographer, Mr. Williams with, is it Hollywood or Dollywood? It's Hollywood. I had to say it, okay. We'd also like to again welcome Officer Brown, and I see Officer Postel, our City Marshal. I also see our Commissioner-elect, Rose Thompson. Thank you for coming. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, we'd like to commend you, Commissioner Honeycutt, for continuing your seat.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
We'd like to also welcome our A-team. All of you, you know who you are, and we thank you so much for being here. Okay, with that being said, do we have any comments or concerns from anyone so far? All right, Rose?
May I have a copy of the agenda, please?
Penny, she's asking for a copy of the agenda. One's coming your way.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. At this time, we're going to call for the approval of our minutes for the work session meeting of October 7th, for the called meeting of October 23rd, and the public meeting of October 14th, all in 2019. And I'm going to ask, may we do it all at one time?
Yes, ma'am, unless there are specific objections as to any of the particular minutes.
Are there any objections to collectively approving these minutes? No objection? Then I call for a motion to adopt.
I so move.
All right, I need a second.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we will approve all of the minutes as outlined on our agenda. And I'm going to, if there are no questions, call for a vote. All those in favor, let it be known by show of hands. Okay, it's unanimously carried. Our next agenda item is the activity reports for October 2019. We're going to call on Ms. Kathy Johnson first, with our Director of Financial Services.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For the month of October, our fiscal year ends September 30th, so the 1st of October, auditors come out and they audit our inventory. That was completed with no problems. You'll see more on that when the cap is completed. Online payments. As you know, at least the last year, we've really pushed towards making our website more friendly for our customers. And we're seeing that with online payments. This month, we had 646 payments made online, where last year we had 597. It's only 49 more, but any increase, I think, is great. It just keeps them out in the lobby, and our staff can answer phone calls. Assistant payments. For the month of October, CARES paid 11 accounts, which was 6 more than the previous month. Middle Georgia Energy Assistance paid 3, which was 6 less than the previous month. So each month averaged 11 total payments from assistance. Our drive-through in September, we had 625, and then the month of October, 642. So we had 17 additional in the month of October. And customers that are registered online. We had 110 new customers in October register online for accounts. So that's really big. We're up to 1,900 customers now. Our IT department, they worked on updating servers and PCs and also software on the tablets. You'll hear us talk about the Know Before, that's the cybersecurity training that we've been doing. So they did a company-wide phishing security test and we had a 98% pass rate. Much better than the first one we did. And then there was a round of training. We had 92% of employees complete the training, which I think is excellent. We're working to improve that to 100, but I think 92% participation is great, especially when you have a large amount of staff that aren't in front of computers every day, but they recognize the importance of cybersecurity training, which is very important. And we took a total of 6,953 calls in the month of October, which was 418 more than September. So that's all my part. Is there any questions?
May I ask a question? You said we have 1,900 customers.
That are registered online. They have set up an account online.
They
They
have
set up an account online.
Okay, so, but they are more than 1,900.
We have over 6,000 customers.
6,000 customers. Out of
About
that
6,400.
6,000, how many are from out of the incorporated area?
I'd have to do a current, I haven't looked at that currently. A few months ago, it was about 60% in city limits and 40% out. It's around, the percentage changes 1 or 2%, but yeah, that's the.
Thank you.
Any other questions for our finance director? If not, thank you for such a good report.
Thank you.
The next would be our electric and gas departments.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, for the month of October, we always can start out by locating, completed 79 locate requests that month. And we had a big job with Fort Lauderdale State. We provided fiber to the home for the president of Fort Lauderdale State. So that was a big job for our department to get completed.
It's completed? Yay! ahead, we were waiting on that one.
One of the other large projects we had in the month of October was 33 security lights for the Lakeview apartment complex. We had those installed and everything's good, and it looks really good out there now. We're working with Marvin Gardens, the apartment complex directly behind it, and working with their management to try to go down the same road and be able to offer. That's a really good deal for the customer and the commission to be able to offer that light. So we're glad and proud of that. We completed the streetlight audit for October. We do these every other month and we like to report on. It's really helping out. We had 835 streetlights in town, and we rode the whole system. We found 35 out. So we were able to repair those in a matter of a couple of days. We do have a few along the 49 highway downtown Main Street area. Those are the ones that were installed by DOT. We're running into a little bit of an issue finding some parts for those lights because they're not one of our normal distributors. So we are working with several different vendors looking for parts to fix those lights. Also, Jarvis Reed is our telecom tech. He's now been with us full-time for about 6 months. So we're starting to move him into some more training, even with the speed. He's completed the ITS, which is substation training. Allows him to key and access into the substations to take care and maintain our state systems for us and VA on the inside of substations. He's actually in some additional training this week with ECG. So
What's his name again?
Jarvis Reed. He's coming on nice. And then on top of that, the project we worked on, of course, was the City of Fort Valley and completing all the Christmas decorations. And that's all completed now. We're just ready to turn them on and we do our things.
Any questions for Jason?
A couple of comments, and thank you so much for y'all doing what you're doing on the installing of the lights. On the 26th of November will be when we will have the lighting ceremony downtown at 5:30 to turn them on, get them turned on. That's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
What's the name again?
November the 26th at 5:30. And while I'm mentioning that, I might as well give you all of them. Christmas party is December 4th, which is a Wednesday, from 6 until 9, and it will be at the Ag Technology Center this time. We're doing something a little bit different. Christmas parade is that Saturday, December the 7th at 5. And then the fish and cheese grits brunch that we normally do, all the employees, and of course, you all are invited to that. That's on the 23rd at 10 o'clock at City Hall. The other comment I wanted to make, DOT has announced an intent to do something about that traffic on the bypass at Knoxville Street. The bypass in Knoxville. And I can't tell you what kind of cut they said they were going to do there. Some kind of R-turn or something, I don't know. That's an engineering term that I don't know what it is. But since the triple fatality there, they have been doing a study and they plan to try to correct that. It was also brought up in that meeting that we really need to look into trying to have some kind of lighting on that bypass. Now, DOT won't handle that. It may have to be the city that would do it, I don't know. But if they got down to that point, I'm just wondering, in your capacity, you could tell us what all would be required to have some space lights out there on that bypass, because it is real dark out there.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you would look at that, I would appreciate it. Just kind of you can talk to Ben about it if you want to.
I know we have 2,000-watt fixtures at the intersection.
By which intersection? By all of them?
Bypass and Knoxville.
Oh, right there at that one. Okay, in the Taylor's Mill Road one, nothing. And then on down further, nothing. And we've had several fatalities on that strip out there. So if you could just kind of let us know. Okay, just give the information to Ben. We're not saying we could do it. I would just want to know what it would cost. Yes.
You mentioned a highway where there are few lights. Was that 49?
Yes, ma'am. North Camille.
Thank you.
Case number 26, would you have an employee on standby for the Christmas tree lights?
We'll get it.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Thank you for your great report.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
And thank you, Mayor, for updating us on all the events that are coming. Okay, at this time, we're gonna ask for our water and reclamation departments.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, this month we attended a telecom about the drought response. George is in a stage 1 drought. You might not know it from our rain, but yeah, a lot of areas are hurting quite a bit. And we had to advertise this and put it out. And North Georgia is having a great deal of problems, but it's not actually affecting our aquifer. So the whole campaign of the stage 1 is just telling people they can't water between 10 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, and just convincing people to conserve. There are no specific actions. But we repaired 11 service leaks, 1 fire hydrant, and just installed 1 new service. We pumped 47.805 million gallons, and we received our test results for our lead and coppers, and we had no violations, and that's a very good thing. The guys on both crews and other crews also worked on the Christmas float and got a whole lot done on it. It's looking really good. So that's all prepared. We pressure cleaned a little over a mile of sewage lines. And we pumped 27,461 gallons of sewage. We also did some video inspection and then the regular maintenance.
Do you have any questions? Thank you. Is it Clay?
Yeah, it is.
I told you I knew. All right.
Can I ask a question? I just have a question.
Yes.
Last but not least, is, okay.
What was the water time that they can water? The time?
You can water after 4 in the afternoon, before 10 in the morning. That's actually a statute that Georgia put into effect in 2010, and it has been in effect ever since then. They just ask us to reiterate it for the public.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other questions? I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand. Any other questions? If not, we call for our general manager.
Well, I have a couple of dates that I want to report to you.
Okay.
As Clay mentioned, the parade the float for Christmas parades is, what, 95% complete?
Yes.
We'll touch up on it. The float will be in the Macon Parade on December the 1st, and will be in the Fire and Fort Valley Parade on December the 7th. As the mayor said, the Fort Valley Parade is at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. We will once again do photos with Santa. In the past, we've done that, had one date for that. This year, we're going to have 2. One on December the 10th, which will be up at by the Dollar Tree, and then on December the 12th at Festival Park. Both events will be from 4 to 7 p.m. And we would certainly appreciate it if you guys would come out and take a photo with Santa, and we extend the same to you as well, Commissioner Ray Thompson.
You want to do it so slow again?
I can't give away secrets. I'm sorry, what was the question?
You said December 10th at Dollar Tree?
Yes.
And from 4 until 7?
Yes, and
December
December
12th. Where is that? The same place?
Festival Park.
Festival Park?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Same time.
Who's riding on the float that goes to Macon?
Have we figured out who's going to be on that float yet?
Not everybody in particular, it'd just be staff and family.
Staff and family.
Did you want to participate?
If anybody else, if you let the commissioners ride, I would. It's the old band director in me, so
More than welcome.
just let me know.
Okay. That's all I have.
All right, I think congratulations are in order for our general manager. He was just reelected to serve another term with the Electric Cities of Georgia Board, and he's the current chair. We're so proud. You're in steep competition, but you won again. I love it. Okay, anything else from any of you regarding our activity reports? If not, then we have no old business. Our new business is to go into the executive session, and we may or may not return for a vote. We're not sure at this time. So-
Yes, ma'am, we'll need a motion to go into executive session for
Okay.
purposes of personnel.
Okay, now hear that motion?
Make a motion, we go to executive session.
I'll second it.
It's been properly motioned and seconded that we will go into executive session. All those in favor, let it be known by show of hands. Okay. It's unanimous. We will go into executive session at this time. I want to thank all of you for being here.